But the thing about solar is that it's an ugly needed thing. But nobody has ever figured out how to do it the way we're doing it. You have all these major companies that have these solar panels embedded into the tiles. Everybody knows that the heat affects the performance of the solar cells, and that affects the lifespan of the solar cell itself. So what we achieved, the reason why we're able to achieve this, because our tiles, as you can see here, if I can get on top of this here, I can just do this thing here, you know, and so our tiles, you can do this, and they pretty much, you know, they eventually will probably break, but this is what gives us the ability, for us to do this. Now,
what's up, YouTube? I'm here with a real blue-collar entrepreneur, Carlos Torres. I've got an incredible story to share with you. The mission, you know, everyone's out there, the next Tesla roof, solar roofing combos. I want to show you something inside this YouTube video that is a high-ticket product that you can sell. Carlos is something that we've been talking about for years, and I want to kind of share with you his story. You know, basically, you and your family have been creating this roofing tile with your hands for how long?
Since 2005. We started in 2005. That's when we started to, what we used to do, we used to be stucco contractors. And one day we watched a roof being loaded on our break. And so whenever we saw they're loading these roof tiles, we said, man, I wonder if we ponder if whether a roof tile could be made out of the same thing you made the moldings out of the windows. And 17 years later, this is what we have come up with.
Look, if you've ever been to Vegas and seen the intricate, like over in front of the Venetian, the fountain.
That's it.
So it's waterproof.
It is correct. It's waterproof. I mean, one of the three things that we use in our product is, as you know, it's EPS, fiberglass, and cement. And if you look at all them three products, those three products have stand out for many, many years. I mean, some of the oldest boats are still sitting in the docks that are created out of fiberglass. The EPS is one of the products that does not deteriorate. And the cement coating, well, I mean, look back to Greece.
There's an epidemic of people being overcharged for power. They're talking about Texas right now doing power outages. People's power bills are 70% higher. That's why solar is such a big deal. But the cool thing about this tile is it reduces the cost or energy efficiency
37%.
37%. You can almost cut your electric bill 37%. And so why do most solar roof tiles fail? Why are they set up for failure? Tesla, GAF, why are they set up for failure?
The reason why is because what happens is everybody knows that solar, the biggest threat for solar is heat. In the past, there have been some tile companies that have introduced a solar system that are integrated into the system, but there's no cooling underneath.
Okay.
So that's what affects the solar cell. Not because I say so, but you look at the facts. And so what we have created, thanks to the ability of the strength of our tile, is that we're able to incorporate the solar on top of our tile in a solid waterproof material that is wired in series, you know, and all through, and where the power, what we do is we use microinverters to get the power into the grid. So many people might...
This is a lot of panels per square just for a demonstration.
Yes.
Do you think this would be enough panels to power a normal home?
No, what happens, people hear about net zero houses. In order to have a net zero house, if you have an air conditioning, there's no way that you'll have a net zero house, because everything has to, the problem with the solar is that when everybody needs the solar power is between 4 to 9. That is the bubble. And nobody has figured that out. Solar is not the solution. So that's why the best way to do it is by the thermal insulation, because you get to use 50% of solar, where the tile works 24 hours a day. And in order to be a totally net zero house, like I said, you would have to have no air conditioning, and you have to have an insulated tile to save energy, because you need to have a massive battery system to run that air conditioning. And to this date, I'm not sure if the technology is cost effective till this date. Not even Tesla can come up with something like that.
But you did, and this is the real story in this YouTube. Guys, like and subscribe, comment below if you think this man is the definition of blue-collar American dream. But you put your heart and soul in this product. Talk to me about the tough times. Tell me about what you sacrificed.
Well,
how long you been doing this?
We started 17 years, and one of the big things that we sacrifice is our families. You know, I met with a lot of people. I mean, well, by the way, this is not a one-man show. There's a lot of people, professionals that in the industry, from roofing contractors to salespeople to technical people, that have been in the roofing industry all their life. So that's
Behind you.
Behind us, yes, behind this product. But the biggest thing, sacrifice that I really believe is the family. It's what you leave behind.
You told me about a
Yeah,
factory.
There you go.
You put your people to work.
Yes. Well,
I did a YouTube video, and I said one of the number one ways that contractors are full of shit is they say, we're doing this for our family, for the next generation. But I said all that means is cheap labor.
Yes.
Because Dad made me work for pretty good prices.
Yeah, no, and for us, the biggest thing for us is because we're a small company. I mean, just like you said, but in our case, it is real. You know, we actually live at the place where we make the product. I mean, people, so we've been there, you know, because the reason why we're there, like Elon Musk says, he leaves at the factory, so he sleeps for 6 hours and he gets up there. But in my case, it's not the case that I can't afford to go somewhere else because the technology.
So how much out of your factory can you produce in a day?
In a year, 38,000 squares.
Okay,
that's
great.
how much we can produce.
And so, what's the plan for getting this launched? You just had some big news. You got a new partner, got a new distribution partner.
We're teaming up with this. I can't disclose the name right now, but we are teaming up with this company. It's a major distributor that we have that we're teaming up with because they saw our technology. And as you know, today in today's world, energy and medicine are the number 2 biggest things in the world. So we just happen to have a solution. Everybody's thinking about how to produce more energy, but the solution is not how to produce more energy because of the damage it does to our environment. The solution is by how do we reduce energy.
Yes, because going green ain't about the environment, it's about saving money. This saves you a lot of money. I'm gonna sell the shit out of it. Texas, California, Florida. Look, we're gonna get deeper into his story. This is 4 years in the making, and we're gonna make this company worth $1 billion. Now, finally, a product, a roofing product that my heart and soul believes in. It's because his blood, sweat, and tears, the factory, his people, his family. Now it's becoming a nationwide phenomenon all across the United States. People are installing this insulate tile, and we have something that we can't even talk about in the next panel next door. It's gonna change the game. It's actually this energy efficiency. We've got an R11 valve, R11
on this one, yes.
So it's 37% savings, and this is a typical price of like a stone-coated steel metal roof. Same price, same exact price. So look, guys, if you think this guy is an example of American dream, comment below. He lives at his factory just like Elon. Let's support this man. Insulate, go check him out.
So what we basically have, it's a roof tile that is made out of EPS, as you can see here, and it's just very lightweight. It's got a Class A fire rating. It's been approved by the California Energy Commission. It's got a Class A fire test. It's got a wind speed of 120 miles. It's got all the testing anybody could ever want or dream on their product. I mean, it's very, once it's, we put on it's like a high concrete coating that we put on top of it, so it's very lightweight. You know, it's walkable, it doesn't break or nothing. You know, it's very lightweight, it doesn't break. And then we have different, we have all the profiles of all the different products, the typical product that you have out there in the market. And one of the things that we have done throughout this year, we started in 2005, you know, but one of the newest things that we added to is the micro solar panels. And the main thing that we're kind of excited at, I mean, we've already found this company that could make us the solar panels. I mean, that could be integrated into our tile. As you see here, this is the way we connect it. Everything's waterproof. I mean, and as you all know, there's other companies that have come out with solar systems, right? But the thing about solar is that it's an ugly needed thing. But nobody has ever figured out how to do it the way we're doing it. You have all these major companies that have these solar panels embedded into the tiles. So the reason what happens to that is everybody knows that the heat affects the performance of the solar cells, and that affects the lifespan of the solar cell itself. So what we achieved, the reason why we're able to achieve this putting our products, because our tiles, as you can see here, if I can get on top of this here, I can just do this thing here, you know, and so our tiles, you can do this, and they pretty much, you know, they eventually will probably break, but this is what gives us the ability, for us to do this. Now, this is another tile that we have here, which is a smaller tile. I'm about 210, 220, so if I get on top of this tile, it's still, this is the weakest one that we have. This is the weakest tile that we have. So if I can do that to this tile, then you know what, there's no need to explain what it can be done with this. I mean, and so And what gives it the ability that our tiles are so strong, they don't break. And so what we do is, we're able to mount the solar panels so you can walk. If in case one of them goes bad, then you don't need to just get on top of the roof, where if you had regular typical tiles, they will break.
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
this, they will break with our, and if you notice the coating, our tiles did not absorb that much heat, and they will be, if you put them out in the sun, they'll get up to 170 degrees, and then if you put them on the shade, within 15 minutes later, they'll be room temperature again, because of the way they're made. They're not solid, they're not concrete or clay, which will retain the heat. And the biggest thing that we have about our tiles is that even though it's a roof tile, we're not necessarily mean that we're in the roofing industry. Our biggest focus, as you guys know today, it's not about roofing, it's not about everything. Nowadays, the number one thing in the world is medicine and energy. That is the number one thing, and so that's what we have. And the other thing with our tile, what you're able to do, you're able to put, because of the insulation value, because of the testing that we have done with the United States Department of Energy, Oak Ridge, we are able to put 50% less solar. To me, solar, not because we have this product, but to me, solar is an ugly needed thing. So we figure out a way how to camouflage it throughout the whole roof so you don't see it. So if you would have to look at that roof. And the biggest problem that people have today is that they like the solar benefits, but they don't really want the look. And that's what all these other companies, like one of them is Tesla. I mean, they have this product that they have, or some of the other companies that the roofing companies, that what they have, they tried to embed this into the shingles, into all these, but the system that they have, not because we have, but this is the perfect combination. When you have thermal insulation combined with micro solar technologies, that is the best thing that you'll find out there today.